What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Who Are Gonna Be Their podcast, the place where you get to be an exclusive member to our very entertaining group chat. Tracy J, what's good?
Hey, I'm ready to get this email over with.
Not email.
Hey, Carrie, we've been missing you, girl.
Wow, my girl Carrie. Y'all, we love us some Carrie over here. Miss Deborah, hey.
Hey, Miss Deborah.
Y'all.
Big Brother season is now official. Let's talk about the new cast. No, I'm just playing.
Like
I'm just warming up.
You know they be waiting when it comes to the Big Brother cast.
What? It premiered July 9th. We're going to find out July 8th at 10 p.m. If we lucky.
That's if we lucky. Because I feel like they did that to us the last couple seasons. They've been dropping at the last minute.
Yep.
But y'all, we here to talk about Survivor 50. Allie Aubrey won. I'm glad this Miss Deborah. So are we. So are we.
That finale dragged. I ain't gonna even lie to you. It absolutely dragged. I was like,
exactly,
are we gonna finish today? Like, what's up?
It was so much, all that going back and forth between, I get it, because I guess shows do that. Like when you have a live finale, they go in between the edited show versus what's.
But we're not used to that for Survivor, so I don't like it. It'd be one thing if they started off doing it that way, then we'd be used to it. But I feel like the going and just interviewing random people, not random people, but like we don't need to see all that. That's why you have an extra hour. Put that in the finale. That really just told me that there's not enough content to show. And I know y'all lying because there 100% is more content to show. Because you could show us Aubrey's game. Because what Aubrey been doing? I still don't know. What Joe been doing? When he lying, deceiving? When was he doing that?
Yeah.
We missed a lot of that. Y'all, instead of them interviews, y'all could have showed us a lot more.
Hello. And then
game, a lot more of Joe's game, a lot more of Aubrey's game.
Definitely a lot more of Aubrey's game because the woman won.
Exactly.
And Jeff talking about Aubrey. Yeah, we seen that you sat in the pocket. That's all she was in the pocket until last
pocket she was sitting in. Because it would have been cool if she was sitting in a pocket. Wasn't nobody paying attention to her, and she getting tea. Yeah, look at her soaking that up like a sponge.
Right.
You know but now I'm just like, Aubrey done did what, 2 things the whole season? We'll never know because Jeff wanna be Jeff, I guess.
Yes, the family segment thing, that was cute that they gave it to him, but it's like, did we
Why
really?
was Jonathan brother dressed as Mario? What was that about?
Please. I'm
just gonna be talking mess.
No, literally. And when Joe said, "Oh, here's my beautiful tall wife," she was at Amazon.
I didn't even see the wife. I miss Joe.
Yes. She is tall.
To go back and see what she look like. She cute.
She very tall.
She a white woman or a black woman?
I can't tell. She might be white. A little tan on it though.
She might be a little spicy. She
was cute for Joe. She's cute for Joe.
Joe not ugly though. Joe cute.
I'm saying they're older, so for me, I'm just like,
He just need to close his mouth a lot more. He doing a lot of this. He should be doing a lot of this.
She said that's what they get for cuts. No, because truly. So we go into this final 5. We got Tiffany, Rizzo, Joe, Jonathan, and Aubrey as our remaining top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We lost Sari and Devin's last episode. Devastating because those were our 2 front runners to win the game. You know, if somebody had to win, them plus Tiffany would be the better ones to win. Even until this finale, I was okay with a Jonathan. I would be like, you know what? Jonathan won. I'd understand it.
Right.
Because he played a game. But Jonathan was doing too much of this for me against Tiffany. And I just couldn't have it. And then the way the jury, some of them people on the jury, Stephanie and Chrissy, the way they were.
I was gonna wait till you got to that part, but this was Stephanie. And then, Jonathan, he got a bandana on, and, he got a nice shirt. Mm-hmm. And, he got muscles and he's strong and he's so kind.
And he fed us.
Like, what was the question? I about hollered because I was like, what are we interviewing this man? What like
Tiffany.
I'm not even mad at it because if that was you, Josh or Eli up there, I'd be like, Eric, now we all know you played an amazing game. We know your social game is top tier. We know there were a lot of moments that the camera, and I'm sure the edit didn't catch, especially that one time you So, they would have to cut me off. They're like, is it a question? I would have kept going too, because I talk a lot for a long time. They would have been like, Latrice. I would have been like, oh.
Yeah.
What's your favorite color?
Oh, blue. And that's why you deserve to win this game, because your favorite color is blue.
Listen, I would have been hyped up. So I can't even be mad at her. But baby, she was going on. They was like, all right, girl, you have to get a question.
That's exactly. I would do the same thing too. Like, Teresa, you get ready to have a wedding and you got 2 babies at home. You know what I'm saying?
And Pampers high.
Pampers is high. I was getting ready to go to
okay. Like everything's expensive. I'm trying to buy a house because I got to put those kitties in a house.
Hello.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe I would have been hyping everything up. Okay. Sob story and hype would have been the only thing coming out of my mouth.
Timo said, truth be told, Jonathan outplayed Aubrey, unfortunately, but still glad she beat him, if only for the MAGA Alliance to lose.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong. No, and that's exactly right. That's why I was like,
edit, you're not wrong. Let me say that. Based off the edit, you're not wrong.
For sure. Because maybe, we know clearly there was a lot more that we just didn't see that other people were seeing. Because again, we talked about it last week and we can bring it up this week because it came back up. The fact that Tiffany was such a strong front runner to win this game over the likes of Sari, Aubrey, and Jonathan.
And we found that out last week.
So, and that carried over. It carried over. And so, that was Jenna, that was Jenna not clapping.
Oh, my bad, Jenna.
No, I was reading that because I thought it was Chrissy, but I mixed them up. But so going into this final 5, Tiffany basically cussed them all out at the beginning, like, don't talk to me, y'all. I ain't got nothing to say to y'all. Y'all can kiss me where the sun don't shine at this point. Because why fake it? I know I'm y'all target. I know you want me gone.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. Let's just show up on the battlefield.
And I don't fool with y'all. We good.
Period.
What am I thinking?
You shouldn't. And I love, and that's what I really love about Tiffany, how real she is. Like, she gonna say what's on her mind. And I love that she also has the awareness, which she brought up at tribal council before she was eliminated. Like, I had to keep from blowing up on y'all because I really wanted to do was call y'all every name under the sun, but I kept it under wraps because this is a game. And we all understand the perception that happens when people that look like Tiffany, Black women specifically, when they go off on people, they get labeled a certain way. Timo said it's not just the edit. Aubrey admitted that she did nothing to the end. She kind of did. She did. And they never actually over-edited the end to give her undeserved credit. They just respected Aubrey more because she played longer.
I was being nice. I didn't think Aubrey did nothing. I'm with you, fam. I'm with you because they, of course, them filming this, y'all, from first episode, y'all already know who won. So they could have edited like, we got to sprinkle in Aubrey doing a little something.
She ain't do nothing.
How you gonna edit what's not there?
And that's why I wish Jonathan was a more likable human being, because he really did play, like, his story is incredible. And I guess we'll get to that. But yeah, Aubrey did admit it. She was like,
she had a cute little dress on tonight. She
even said it tonight. She was like, Chris Underwood showed you that you can pull off a win at the 11th hour. What they say, a win is a win. Yep. Whether you win it because you played from episode 1 to episode 13, or you just played from episode 12.7 to 13, then...
Well, I'm about to say something out of pocket. I think it's not. I think it's too soon. Go ahead.
So before we get to tribal councils, we got to go back to the final five. So they go into the immunity challenge, and it's do or die for
Carrie.
Tiffany. It's do or die for Tiffany because we know they send her home. They've already talked about it. She's this huge threat. Tiffany's a threat. She got too many friends on the jury. She's winning these challenges. We can't take her no further. She got to go. But if Tiffany wins, then we got to get rid of Aubrey. And so I'm like, okay. So Aubrey's the backup plan. So the boys club, they was like, yeah, we gonna jump these girls and we're gonna get these girls up out of here. These women got to go. And so it gets down to pieces. One piece a piece. Jonathan and Tiffany. Jonathan won by a millisecond. Millisecond. And I was immediately crushed for Tiffany, but I was so proud of her. So proud of her because this woman, she went from going home with an idol in her pocket on her original season to winning 3. Did she win 3? Yeah, 3 times? 3 immunities. One might have got a revoke, but it's okay. Huh?
I said, yeah, if she had won that one, I think that would have been her 4th, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. And so just seeing the growth that she had, how her social game was so impactful to the point where the folks were scared of her. They had to try to jump her last week. They ganged up on her again. And she got to camp. She ain't no sense of talking because I know y'all voted me out. And she got to tribal council. Jeff, he was like, you might as well, you ain't got to even go cast no votes, Jeff, because they voted me out. I'm the one.
Real for that.
And she stayed on their necks too. She said, because why is it that I'm such a big threat and me and Joe have won the same amount of immunity wins, but he's not the threat to win the game?
Because they knew Joe was getting 0 votes. I wish they would have said that. Ain't nobody voting for Joe.
Literally.
That would have been so funny. Like, fam, you would likely win. Joe will not. Wait, did Joe didn't get? He got 0 votes last season, huh?
0.
Oh, damn.
Forever 0 finalists.
Hey, he got $160,000. They got 3rd place.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes.
Sound like a good loser to me. I wouldn't even be mad.
That's why Joe be sitting there. He be at tribal council like, ain't what I need to say nothing for because it ain't gonna be.
We needed a new roof, so we good. You know what I'm saying?
So he got another $80K plus whatever Tyler Perry paying him for that show he gonna be in. So
he gonna get his little $38.
I ain't even mad. Joe said he gonna get a check. That's what he leaving here with something. Look, he said he leaving there with something.
What's
every
the man
time.
Last name? I don't know, but his middle name is Check. So I gotta let him mad at. One thing he gonna get is a check.
He gonna get a check.
And 0 votes.
But I love that Tiffany stayed on their necks and called out the hypocrisy and the double standard all the way to the end, and she was voted out. Then we get down to the final 4, and we see it's obviously we didn't know if it was gonna be fire making, but we knew it was gonna be fire making. I don't care what it was never gonna be a vote. We always
knew it was gonna be fire making, apparently.
He did. How did he know that? I wonder. Because he decided to spoil the results before it even.
Hold on, but did you see him try to act like he ain't heard? They were like, "Hey, you had just spoiled the we ain't showed it yet." I can't remember who it was. So they're like, "Just keep going." He was just like, "All right, yeah." So, I don't know what's going on. We'll be right back. I was like, "You know what you did? You spoiled
exactly."
That was like and blunder.
Truly, like this is your first line.
Wait, that's not who I. Wait, that was what that moment was. Doing it on season 50 though is crazy.
This is the first one back. The first one back, and this is how
basically
you do.
For all stars,
right? And so, we get down to the final 4, and like we said last week, I feel like we clocked it. We was like, watch Aubrey win that last immunity challenge. And she did. Them boys did all they could to try to keep these women. They was like, we gotta win it. Because if Aubrey win it, we gonna be in fire. We're gonna be in fire. We're gonna be in fire. And that's where y'all ended up. In fire. Because Aubrey won. And she took Joe, as she should, because why wouldn't you take Joe? Who wouldn't take Joe? I'm taking Joe too.
I'm taking Joe every time. And a lot of them better than me because, especially if I had watched the last season, baby, Joe, we working together. We here. I probably would have waited to merge to forge that friendship, but I've been like, hey Joe, we cool, right? All right, because you bringing me and I'm bringing you, easy. So I can beat you.
No, because who wouldn't want a Joe on their side? Because he ain't gonna never leave you. So we get there. They ended up, well, Aubrey left Jonathan and Rizzo to be the ones to make the fire. And how poetic for either of those two to be the ones making fire, because this is exactly how they both lost on their original seasons at Final Four fire making. So either way, it was going to be redemption for one and a catastrophic failure and deja vu for the other. And unfortunately for Rizzo, he was the one who lost fire making yet again, back-to-back seasons. And, you know, it's poetic justice a little bit of karma for him, because you took out Ozzy and Sari and you needed them in the game to be buffers for you in this game. Ozzy never would have made it to Final Three. So you really didn't have to worry about him making it over you, because they would have gotten him out at some point. And you got rid of Sari 1 vote too soon, also, in my opinion. But really could have left her in there, because she wouldn't have won fire either, I don't think. Like, she knows how to make it, but I don't think she would have won fire making. Mostly because she probably would have got taken to Final Three. Depending on who was there. But I don't know. Rizzo did all that. And then for him to get up here and talk about he out Sari, take that dip off your chip, brother, because nobody out Sari. You did not blindside Sari. I forgot to mention that earlier. I know how could he have made it? Tell the people, Carrie, how could he have made it? Please inform the people how he could have made it. But yeah, Rizzo, great dude. I enjoy Rizzo's gameplay for the most part, up until the Sari vote, to be quite honest, because I just don't think it was time. I just think there was better ways, because he ended up in Final Four. You did all that just to go home.
Yeah, because on the cool, Sari likely might have brought him. Sari likely would have been in fire on the cool
if she didn't win the final one, because that's a challenge she might have could have won. Who knows?
Exactly.
Who knows? No, literally though. Ozzy and Sari were the keys to Rizzo making to the Final Three. He would not have won, but he at least would have made it to Final Three.
He would have got a check.
For sure. But he didn't. He lost. So we ended up with the Final Three of Aubrey, Jonathan, and Joe.
One of the saddest Final Three I've ever seen.
Yeah, pretty lackluster. Pretty lackluster Final Three. I wasn't rooting for any of them.
It's just boring.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Jonathan won some stuff. Joe won some stuff. Aubrey won one thing. But they, like, if you have to pick 3 people out of this season to be in the Final Three, damn near pick the 3 people that I'm just like, who? I wish it was a little bit more entertaining. The most entertaining part about tonight, literally, was the last second Jonathan beat Tiffany. After that, the thrill was like, damn.
Yeah.
Sari won. Yeah. And then that was the show.
Listen.
That was the show.
I will say Final Tribal was it was fun. Some of that was pretty fun. I will give them that. It did. I love the spice. I love it. It's the jury fighting each other like, hey, now one of y'all winning is $2 million. Y'all fighting like
when the jury go back and forth with each other, like, ooh, it's so entertaining.
Facts, Martino. Well, I wouldn't even say it didn't get 3 hours of my life, because I was in and out of a nap.
And I napped the first 20 minutes of the episode. One thing about J-Rock, we gonna take a nap.
We're gonna take a nap. And I love
during or after, even if it's a couple minutes, we gonna sneak one in. Shoot.
because after when Tiffany, I wanted to see what happened with Tiffany, and devastated how that happened. So I was like, okay, so we got the final four. I don't really care how this turns out. So I just left the TV on in the background and I closed my eyes and I heard Aubrey win the final four immunity. I was like, oh, okay, I know what's about to happen. Mm-hmm. So there's that. Eli,
what's good, people? Man, look at what a finale we cooked. Man, we really cooked the finale. Way to go, fans! We cooked this. Dare I say, is this a top 5 season that we cooked? We could get
taken out. You just got in here.
I just got here. I'm using my time my grace that you guys normally grant me at the beginning of an episode, 20 minutes in, because I'm joining a little late. So I'm saying all my wild stuff now.
Go ahead.
It's fun that you mentioned this, Fantasy. Fantasy said, I hate that the way Tiffany went out from the beginning. I felt she was making a mistake aligning with Aubrey. Well, I think back then it made sense for her game, but I get, throughout, she obviously realized last week, maybe a week, that Aubrey really wasn't with her anymore. And I think it kind of hurt, but it honestly showed, that
I wonder what broke that.
Can't be trusted. Right. Why we didn't see that?
That's what we should have saw. We really should have seen. Like, was it just Tiff not really relaying back to Aubrey enough? So she like, I ain't really lying with you. Like, you don't tell me nothing. Or was she just being shady and just being like, if I need a full vote, whatever, but I'm going to go work with this alliance over here. Like, that's what we should have been seeing over, hey, so what have you been doing since you've been home?
Because her painting the target, because she was the first one to bring up the target of Tiffany a couple weeks ago, right? So, I mean, that was, right. I guess you can give her that little, put the target on Tiffany's back firmly. So she did do that. But it's like, what led us there? Because y'all was so tight. And now I'm almost like, dang, maybe she should have aligned with Genevieve. And maybe that would have changed some things. And Aubrey.
If I could have switched Genevieve for Aubrey, that would have been awesome.
Because the interesting thing is they were still in the same circles where Jonathan was always the name. Oh, why is Jonathan close to Aubrey? And then, Jonathan's randomly close to Tiffany too. So they were still running around the same circles. And who knows if Cirie pulled her away or what it was. And I feel like this is a case where sometimes allies just drift apart, especially when the merge happens and there's the size of a whole regular season. And I feel like that's a case of what we're seeing here.
I think you made a great point. I think Cirie just stole her. That's her niece. She was over there, like we saw her on Instagram at the foot of the bed, chilling with Cirie and fam. So it's like that was her niece. She just adopted another niece.
And Tiffany, hey, that's smart because she knows the true names that stand are the Fields kids, where people still bring up the Fields kids. And so you know what? Tiffany earned her spot.
For sure. And she was a good ally for Cirie. Like, she was so certain that Cirie was safe. Like when Cirie was like, girl, it's gonna be me. If what you safe is me. And she was like, for real? Like, it's all these people. Right. And I hate it when players are so smart like Tiffany and they are so shocked by the stupidity of others. Because she was like, Rizzo literally has an idol. Why would we not try to flush that? Why would they go for you, Cirie, who has not won anything and likely can't win nothing, over somebody with an idol in his pocket that can guarantee himself to the end of Final Four fire making? What? That's not logical.
Hey,
smart.
It was logical to keep taking Rizzo. It was logical to keep taking Rizzo over Cirie because, Rizzo's Rizzo.
I mean, it was logical for those who didn't want Cirie in the end. But also it could have, I don't know. For her, it wasn't logical because she like Rizzo, that I don't need to go. So that way, it wasn't logical for anybody because that takes away a vote at that pivotal point in the game. With him being safe, he's not an option to vote. So had Tiffany won by that little millisecond, now y'all got to choose between. That's why I really want it, because now y'all got to choose, and that's what you get for keeping him safe with that idol in his pocket. Now y'all have to eat each other.
Yep.
Well, the tough thing is, no matter what, if you take Tiffany and Cirie, you have to hope that you can get both of them out. Where they were at a spot where can't be Cirie, could not be Tiffany, and so it's All right, we're gonna keep bringing Rizzo, and because we think that he's beatable,
Right.
not just in fire.
I guess, but even Aubrey was like, I don't want Rizzo. He can talk his way out of anything. I don't want to be sitting next to him. He can talk his way into a win type deal. So was she the only one that could see how dangerous she was? But she just didn't care because she knows she needed Tiff and Sari out first. I don't know. Because and it's funny though that they focus was on Sari and Tiffany, but Aubrey was right there and she was. It's just like I don't know.
It's a pick or poison, and I feel like it is funny seeing. You can see how people fall into Sari's miss because Sari ends up being right. Sari says, "Hey, Aubrey's gonna win." Plants that seed to Tiffany.
Yeah,
we see what happens. Tiffany ends up saying the same thing, but Sari is the one saying, "You want to take me out? You're gonna kind of give Aubrey the win."
And when it goes all, sees all. That's why she a thousandaire now.
And they're all smart, thinking, "Oh, I saw through the mist." Sari was right, which is so
That's
funny.
why Sari will go home first if I was on the show. You gotta be pre-jury. You gotta go, Sari. You know too much. Nah, I ain't gonna lie.
We gotta keep her. But the thing is, and we mentioned before you got on Eli, was the whole when Rizzo was like, I out Sari and blindsided Sari. No. She foretold this. She saw what was happening. She knew what was happening.
She told her straight up, and Tiff was like, huh? And she was like,
it's me or Aubrey. And we also knew at that point, which either one of them wins, like out of this battle, whichever one of them goes home, the other one is more than like is almost likely guaranteed the win of this game.
And at this point.
Yeah. And I don't know. It's just interesting to see how it all played out based on everybody's perceptions of who was a bigger threat in the end. Because the one that they saw as the lesser threat of those three women was the one that ended up beating them.
And the funny thing is, and this has happened a couple of seasons where the people that are not gonna win the game end up driving the game and who wins. Where we're saying the three guys. I still think Jonathan had potential to win the game.
He did,
especially at this point, but. You look at a Joe, mainly a Joe, I guess somewhat Rizzo. You can look at some of the other guys and they're thinking they're making good decisions, cutting the top dog. You aren't even anywhere near the top and you aren't making the moves showy enough that you did it. And so it is always interesting how those people that might not win the game still to determine and drive the winner.
Right. And because then you look at it too with you take out Sari, okay. But then you still have Jonathan and Joe who are very good at challenges. And it's like, that the end game relies heavily on challenges, which is why Sari could never make it to the end. But you left him in there. He makes fire and he beat you at the same thing that you lost last time. And this could have been avoided if you would have had some sense to try to maybe get out Jonathan.
Yep.
But who knows where it would have happened if Jonathan would have went home instead. We don't know. I don't even know if they ever considered taking him out. But I would have loved to see who would have been the target had Tiffany won. Who do y'all think would have went home?
Oh, it would have been Aubrey. I think the boys teamed up, and I mean we saw it once that final four or final four cycles started, where they're talking. Please, we just hope us boys can get Aubrey.
That's true. I forgot. Yes, final five. So it's 3-2. Yep. And I feel like Tiffany would have won some motion. I don't care. She would have locked in and she would have won some motion just like Aubrey did.
I mean, if you look at it out of those four, now that we know, I think Tiffany would have won for sure. Like I think
it's like Carrie said too. One of those women was winning. Whichever one stayed was gonna be the one that won.
Yeah.
I just honestly, based on how much they dogpiled onto, which is, I mean, it's a game, but just understanding the level at which they tried to get Tiffany out. Like, I don't think we've seen it maybe in season 46, I want to say, when they ganged up to beat Maria. But the obvious, like Tiffany revealed that what the edit showed us when they were doing that puzzle, to get her out, it was way worse. She literally said they were actually over there with Jonathan and Joe putting the puzzle together for them to get her out.
And they should have showed that on TV.
Hey, I just know that's Banu back in that season, him messing up that puzzle. That's his grace. Tiffany had to deal with Banu, and then it's like, all right, we're gonna help her out with that puzzle.
Banu
They're
should have
gonna get possessed by the spirit of Banu.
Right. And well, shout out to your vote, Mickey Daniel, because we needed that physicality to be removed from that Final Four. We definitely didn't need that. But yeah, to see that the links that they went to, that they needed to get Tiffany out, that they had to combine forces and, throw their own personal games away. Like we even saw Aubrey saying I was so focused on trying to help them that I didn't even focus on my own puzzle.
Girl.
And so I wanted Tiffany to have that moment.
You would think that Tiffany might have been Tony Vlachos going for his third win in a row. We got to work together to not let Tiffany win. She's going for her first win. She's like one of the only people to do better than their previous result. And you're like, no, we have to work together. The big old threat. 2 million, can't let her have it.
But you know what? Even though I don't like it because it was against a player that I like, I enjoy that because I want to get back to messy reality TV. Hey, I don't want you to win. So you know what? I'm probably going to lose this one. So I'm going to help my friend win. So you don't win.
Yeah.
In the spirit of reality TV, I enjoy that part. And I think it would have been a lot more messier if they had showed that on TV. Like, show us the mess. Show us that tea. I want to see the mess, the dirt.
And I think it wouldn't be as bad to me if they wouldn't be trying to be fake. Because I'm glad she called him out.
Oh, hate me.
You tried to gang up on that. You ganged up on me.
Like, fast found.
No, but we really it's a compliment. Take it as a compliment. It's not about you as a person. Take it as a compliment. Yes, you can say, oh, because you're the biggest, but you really, truly went out of your way. You trying to play in my face, trying to gaslight me and be like, oh, it's going to be all right. Like she said, she had no chance. Once she did not win, she was dead in the water going back to camp.
And I think what frustrated me, and this is looking more towards Tribal, is, of course, we had this rehash conversation at Tribal, and Jeff is explaining it. I think Tiffany's frustration was, I want these boys, these men to explain it and verbalize it. I know I'm frustrated, and I know that to me, it seemed like she understood why she was frustrated. But then you had Jeff sitting over there. Well, Tiffany, it's a game, and so they're justified to feel how they feel. It's like I feel like that's what frustrated me with that whole sequence.
Yeah,
how they felt, completely fine. Those guys can choose to get Tiffany out. Jeff, don't armchair quarterback and jump in last second and be like, no, I will explain it. Right. Let them explain it and fumble in their explanation.
Yeah, I don't understand why she's so mad. We love her as a person. We're not coming for her as a person, but you kind of are when you try to you're stonewalling somebody out. You've actively tried to sabotage them in challenges, and then you try to make them try to placate them like, oh, it's gonna be okay, we're all good, but you're voting me out. I'm over here trying to make a plea game-wise. I'm trying to appeal to logic. Aubrey's going to win this game if you don't get her out, but y'all don't even take it into consideration.
They're fine to not take it into consideration because that's their game, that's their mistake. Well, they got to this point. No matter what they chose, it would have been a mistake. But
right. But don't try to make it seem like what I'm trying to do is, I don't know, like they just tried to make it seem insignificant, as if she was making a big deal out of no deal, when it was just like,
oh baby, it was a big deal
for sure, and that's why they lost.
I saw somebody tweet, or was it on Facebook? No, it wasn't on Facebook. It wasn't on Facebook. I think it was Twitter, and they were just like, I really wanted Tip to win, but after the way she acted tonight, I don't think she deserved to win. First of all, shut up. Second of all, it would have showed the background of why she acting the way she acting, then that would have been a lot more for the viewers to grasp. But I want to say it was Dee that mentioned it, if I'm not mistaken. She was saying like the editing on the women specifically on this season, like they left so much out, and I'm starting to see like sound true.
Yeah. So at the end of it, I love Tiffany's ending confessional when she was like, I came into this game feeling some imposter syndrome when I got this call. Like, I'm gonna be playing with these people. Like, am I even worthy to play with these people? But she said, you know what? After playing this game, winning those immunities, and seeing how much of a threat everybody saw her as, she was like, I get in this. I quote. She said, "I guess it lets me know that I'm a survivor giant too."
Right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm glad that she had that realization, because so many people was like, why is Tiffany on the season? Why is Tiffany on the season? She showed us why.
She showed
us why.
Now the true question is, does she get a third call? Because I feel like very exclusive people get a third call.
I think I would.
It may not be soon, but I could see somewhere down the line for sure. Her and Jonathan are coming back. That rivalry that was set, they said it's coming back, because even he said it. They say third time's the charm, Jeff, or Mr. Jeff. He can't help but say Mr. Third time's the charm, Mr.
So Jeff. Southern slavish when he say that. Yes, sir, Mr. John. Oh my gosh, I hate it. Yeah. Or we say Mr. Jeff. I want him to be like, yes, sir, yes, sir. Like, that's what it sounds like. And I just like, it made me cringe every time I heard.
Yeah, because then he say Miss Stephanie tonight too. He said Miss somebody. I can't remember what he was.
He said I'm calling him sir. Like, yes, sir. Like, that's better. I would at least Mr. Jeff just sounds weird.
It does.
It really do.
So
at least that's respect. So I'll let him have it.
The entertaining factor. So Rizzo go home, Final Four. We don't care about all that. So Final Three.
We gotta talk about Rizzo, because I don't know. Deborah mentioned it in the chat. Is he the worst performer? The lights are always too bright in challenges. I can't think of one time he performed even okay in a challenge. His best performance in a challenge was like fourth to last.
Yeah,
he sucked. That's why, you know what? That's why his social game shines. So
that part,
I'll let him have it.
Just stopping by to say Sari leaving here with something, period. Exactly. Y'all go follow Angie, by the way, too. She covers Survivor, Big Brother, and all other reality TV shows at Kiss My Cheeks TV. That's our friend. We love her. But yeah, Rizzo, big time flop.
Disappointing. And I think Mickey Daniels says it very good, where Rizzo's stock was on the way up this season. And even last season, Rizzo had a lot of great moments. I fully understand why Rizzo was on 50 and Rizzo made it to Final Four. Absolutely. Great performance, had some moments, but it still feels like such a letdown, especially with, not even trying to practice fire. You lost in fire last time. And maybe it's the fact that he's on the island 13 days
like
after.
2 weeks ago, mind you.
I'll give him grace, the fact that he didn't have time to reflect, actually talk to someone on making a fire. But it's like you got to give the effort and try to figure it out, like throughout the 26 days.
To reflect before he started 50.
Go ahead.
I would say he had 2 weeks to reflect on that fire making.
This is what I'm saying. Like, if I had just lost that on the chance of $1 million, my brain is fresh. Baby, as soon as I hit that island, I'm doing fire every day. I'm not even BSing. I will see fire in my sleep. Okay? I'm doing fire every day. Day 2, fire. Day 3, fire. Day 4, trees. We don't need no fire. I don't care. I'm making a fire.
At the very least, the moment Mr. Beast flipped that prize money to $2 million, I don't care. I'm making a fire. Move.
Shoot, I can create fire from my brain without $2 million. Like this, like on Matilda, where she's like, "Yeah, let me some more." I would have been like,
"Okay."
I'm trying to conjure them special powers.
Listen, I would have been like, off of Vampire Incendia. Okay,
maybe I would have been like, "Lord, let the spirit of Bonnie please come on me, get this car going."
No, literally. Or honestly, even before then, you were being taken under the wings of Coach and Kobe. You should have been like, "Can y'all teach me how to make fire?"
Yep.
Like, use that. I mean, well, she did learn how to make, but Siri, she can't teach him to make no fire. I don't know if she would even try. She would be like, "What you trying to make fire for? Just in case you going up against me?"
I need you to not do it on your own.
But he had plenty. He had two people who wanted him that took him under the wing. He should have been asking them how to make fire and practicing how to make fire up until he waited to the last second, and it wasn't enough.
And that's where you
got
gotta know
paused.
when you gotta know, like even a person that has a really good social game, you gotta know when to utilize that to your benefit, which I think for the most part he did. But him being so social and his game being primarily social, he should have used that and been like, hey, let me see if so and so can help me do some fire. Let me see that might have helped him. He might have been in that final 3 seat. He might have, to be on the cool, he could have won. There was
you literally just unlocked. I just thought about it too. Yes, he should have honed in on a social game. You should have went to Aubrey and been like, I can switch this vote, which he did. He is the one who moved the target back to Aubrey. I mean, back to Cirie over Aubrey, because Cirie had convinced them. Cirie did what she did best, and she had Joe and Jonathan convinced to take out Aubrey. Rizzo is the one who put that target back on Cirie, and he should have been like, listen, I want to go to the end with you. Like, if I win, even if this wasn't true, if I win Final Four, I'm taking you. I trust you. You are my ally in this game. You are who I want to rock with to the end of this thing. You deserve to win. You were cheated and robbed. Play up until why are nobody's thinking about this? Play up until these people's insecurities, the things that are haunting them.
I would have been like, Joe and Jonathan have won multiple times. At least you going up against me, we're on the even playing field.
Yes.
Easy.
And him being a fan, you know how much that Cal Run loss impacted her. I would have been like, listen.
I would have been stroking that ego because let's be real. We know you should.
I'm going to save you tonight because them boys get ready to vote you out. But I'm going to go to them and I'm going to save you. And he should have been playing into his relationship with Aubrey because he discarded her and went with Joe and Jonathan because he assumed they would be the ones to win them challenges and take him to the end. And he neglected a relationship with Aubrey.
Right.
To the point where she was like, I don't want to sit next to him. And it flipped because she was saying the week before, last episode, I want Rizzo in the end because they don't want to give no money to this kid who is annoying and da-da-da-da. How did we go from wanting him in her final 3 to her was like, oh, absolutely, he can't touch these seats next to me.
You never know.
So Rizzo, he dropped the ball socially, unfortunately.
Ozzy'd himself. It's hey, the Wizard of Oz, just both Wizard and Oz did it to themselves.
How many votes
now,
you needed?
Cirie?
Huh?
How many votes you needed to win tonight?
6.
6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Cirie, Tiffany. You think Tiffany would have? I think Cirie would have told Tiff 8. Is what we're about to do. Oh yeah, because she wasn't fooling with them no ways. No. So Cirie, Tiffany, Ozzy would have been the show 3. Who would have been Rizzo's other 3?
I feel like D might would have voted for him.
I was gonna say D. Well,
and Emily potentially.
Emily did like Rizzo, didn't she?
And Christian and Devins too. I mean, I feel like they could have voted for him easily.
You know what? Yeah, Rizzo might have could have won. Damn, that's a revote. That's a revote. Would have said Ozzy even. Mm-hmm. I feel like if I had to pinpoint one move that changes the entire season, it would have been Rizzo telling Ozzy use the idol. I think, or if he just would have used it on his own, I think that would have been a dramatic change in the season. And I don't think the 3 that we have now would be the 3 we have.
Because, and we talked about this, he gave up the lead. Their alliance would have been going into the 7 with 4 people, 4 votes. So it wouldn't have mattered which of those other 3 won immunity. Because you, Cirie, Ozzy, and Tiffany has the 4 controlling votes, which means y'all can get yourselves to the final 4. If you wanted to go all 4 in, y'all could have done that with ease. Period. And in that moment, I feel like Tiffany wins that final 4. And out of that 4, she's going to take Rizzo. She was not taking Ozzy over Rizzo because who wants to go against Ozzy in the final three? Not that I think he would have won, but he played a much better game than he has before. And I think she would have had enough sense. Like, I love Cirie dearly, but I'm definitely not taking her to the final three either. So out of these other people here, I'm taking Rizzo. Ozzy would more than likely beat Cirie at fire. So we'd be seeing a Rizzo, Tiffany, and Ozzy final three. Now, of course, things probably could have shaken out that way, but I'm assuming when it gets down to the final four, Rizzo and Tiffany could have potentially made Ozzy see reason. And like, listen, you cannot take Cirie. If he would have won that final four, you cannot take Cirie with you. You cannot do that. You will lose. Mm-hmm. If you want to win $1 million and make up for losing before, you have to take one of us. And I think whichever one, they had a better chance at beating Cirie at final four.
Yeah. Rizzo would have had that in his brain. I think it was more so like, Ozzy is a potential to win the game. So I think he was seeing it as, all right, they can take the shot at him, then I don't have to, even though I'm working with him. I'm pretty sure that's the reason why, because he knew he had an idol, right? Yeah, they all knew what they had. So I think in his brain, I wish he would have had the thought like, I can put knowing how my social game is, knowing how I move, I can put the target on Ozzy when it's needed. I need to flush his idol. So when the time comes to make that move, he doesn't have that backup. I wish that would have been his thinking. And that's just thinking 2 steps ahead. Rizzo was thinking 1 step ahead when he should have been thinking 3.
And that you bring that point up, and Eli, if you have anything to add, just jump in. Even to that point, flush his idol, keep him. Even if you didn't want him to get to final four, you have your idol. If you know where the rest of your people are going to vote, he couldn't use his idol to save them. Dang. But he could have at least flipped with some, I don't know. There's other things he could have done. He could have, because Tiffany is in the business of winning the game, right? So you could have talked to Tiffany. You could have talked to the other remaining person, whether it was Jonathan or Joe, to try to get votes, to flip votes, switch votes. There were just other maneuvers that could have been made, I feel like. I don't know. But he didn't make them.
Congrats, Aubrey.
So with the final tribal council, like we said a little bit earlier, it was getting
spicy.
Did
we talk about Jeff slip up? Did we talk about that?
Yes.
Well, we did.
All right. Perfect. All right, keep going, Eric.
That was BB Can level.
That was embarrassing. That's all I'll say. Y'all already touched on it, but embarrassing. Go ahead, though, Eric.
Are you not embarrassed?
Look at this product. No.
Carrie said Julie Chen would have been laughing.
We voted for Jeff to do that. I hope y'all know that that's something we wanted Jeff to do. Hands of the fans. We told Jeff, hey, spoil us.
Spoil it.
And he took it the wrong way. We said spoil us, like give us a Cirie win. And Jeff took it as, oh, they just want to know who's out early.
Yep.
So that's why Kalshi and Gashe, all the whatever. Never mind. I'm not going to touch on the leaks.
So final three, we get questions. We start off pretty slow, but then we start to see there is some biases jumping out heavily from Stephanie and Chrissy on how much, and Treese did an excellent job at, reenacting how they was building up Jonathan, and talking about how his game was. They weren't asking questions, but I love that Tiffany D they was controlling it. They controlled that thing. Tiffany was like, "Is there a question at the end of that?" Because okay, yeah,
my brother was a period.
Let's get to it. And then D was like, "Listen, I know we got our friends. I know we excited, but can we stick to asking questions so that gives everybody an ample opportunity, and so it doesn't make other people feel bad while they sitting out there in these chairs out." And then of course, Cirie had to go do what she do best too. Like, okay, now we're gonna ask a question, and we need specific answers. Mm-hmm. Okay. And so I loved it. I was like, that's how you do it. Rain, like 3 days.
And I still would have been like, man, Eric, we know you had a great social game. And we know that you come a long road. And they would have been like, Trees. I'd be like, oh, my bad. I'll do that after this question.
Hey, Chrissy never disappointed from her what she was hyped to be in the season, through the season. She gonna root for the men's. Hey, I love it. Go ahead, stand on it. So no, legit. Follow your gushing instincts, and No, I fully understand why Chrissy was supporting Jonathan.
For sure, they wanted to win. And I love to, like, when they were her, Aubrey and Joe. Jonathan, they were both fighting over that Ozzy thing. She was like, it was me. It was my stuff that convinced Joe, because that plan, it wasn't your plan. He was like, no, it was my plan. No, it was mine. And then Tiffany was like, Joe, what did it for you? Like, what was the deciding factor?
You the one
and his post, Joe, he didn't know what was going. She's like, I think you misunderstood the question. It's yes or no. Was Aubrey's information what did it? He was like, yeah. He just gave up. Yes, it was Aubrey.
Whatever.
Man,
he was checked out. He don't even know what the question was.
Joe's sitting there like, man, I'm getting third place again. And it's not even to Eva, my best friend. It's people that I kind of didn't want to sit next to.
Yep, it was Aubrey. And so I think that really sealed the deal for some people too, because it's like, oh, well, he just said it right there. This was Aubrey. Aubrey said that she did it. Joe confirmed he moved because it was Aubrey. And then Stephanie thought
I just remembered, man, 2 weeks ago when we were talking about this, we were saying, hey, someone's going to be able to claim this that maybe didn't make this move, where we were saying, hey, sure, Aubrey could think it's her move. Jonathan can think it's his move. It's kind of Rizzo's move for not shutting things down. And I would say if I had to rank who made that Aussie move, who was the biggest impact, I would say Rizzo for not telling him about the idol. Then I would say Jonathan. Then I'd probably say Aubrey. But we get to final tribal council and Aubrey gets to claim it as her move, which I think is interesting.
She got the floor. So
Joe said it was her. So was it really her? From that perspective, it was Aubrey that it worked, but it was really and truly Rizzo, because he decided, but they don't know that he decided not to share that with, Ozzy. Because if Rizzo was in that final thing, that would have blown up her spot, because he's been like, oh, we had a secret code, baby. All I had to do was wink twice, scratch my neck a little bit, and Ozzy was going to use that idol, but I chose to let him go.
Because they had a code word. Now I want to know what the code word was. Since no, wait, she just got home. Not just got home, but I wonder if they ever revealed what the code word was.
Right. We need a code word. I'm leaving here with something, Trees.
Listen.
Use that idol. I mean, use that idol. We're not going home with idols in our pocket. Soon as Jeff asked my question, what would you want to say before we get to the vote? I just want to say, Jeff,
I'm hungry.
I'll take it back to that auction.
Out of nowhere, use the idol.
Right.
Hey, y'all ever been to Boise? Just something completely out of nowhere.
Boy, I can see Christian eyes going.
What's going on?
Somebody, I know he gonna be like, Boise.
If I say the jury's looking real good tonight, you want to be one of them jury members?
I compliment the jury. There you go.
The jury is looking beautiful tonight, Jeff. That's all I know. And I just know I don't want to be looking beautiful like them.
They was looking cute every tribal. Okay, she said, y'all gonna see me use that idol
for sure. So yeah, Rizzo, that was really his move. But if he was not there to claim it,
that was Rizzo's game to lose at that point.
For sure. And so yeah, it was an interesting final tribal council. But I was gonna say too, Stephanie was pissing me off. Like, why are you so happy? Because they were talking about secrets in the game, and it came out that Jonathan was the one who actually wanted Ozzy out. She's like, yeah, I could have outed him, but I didn't. I kept it to myself.
Okay.
You proud of that?
Pick me. Okay.
Tried her best, Miss Deborah. Like, she was so happy that she got herself out the game.
I might need to go back and watch her season, because she is insufferable to me. Like, girl, move.
And the crazy thing is, one thing that secretly really matters is who's selling you as a person. Like, if
that's true,
if I dislike this person in the jury and they're like, no, we're the biggest Jonathan supporters. It's like, hey, I was kind of willing to vote Jonathan. I don't like how you're upping them right now.
Because if Sari said exactly what Stephanie said, I would have been like, you know what, sir, you're right.
You're right.
Right. I ain't gonna even lie to you. It really is the person delivering it. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And we've seen it and heard it time and time again. The jury kind of already has who they want in mind. They say that the questions across Big Brother and Survivor don't really change much because people have an idea. Because as we see with Coach trying to throw a lobby to Joe, which is like, what's a core value that you have in your real life that you went against in this game to get you ahead? Like,
real life, what you do in the game?
So
that would have been off my vote anyways.
And so it was nice to see how they answered some of the questions that were more pointed and not just a given to anybody. They were just open the floor and just to hear them get like, I really loved the question about your legacy in the game or something about your story. What is your story? And what's important in this game? And like, I loved hearing them explain their stories. Jonathan, it was honestly a really good, like, I just wish I liked him more because I honestly, the man played a really good. He laid it out. He's like, y'all, I came in here. I played a completely different game than what I did.
He just born.
How close are we? I guess now we're gonna reflect on Aubrey as a winner. Of course, I might be jumping a little bit, but we're talking about each finale, each person in the final 3 seats. Are we close to saying that Jonathan was robbed? Dare I say? Do I dare say that R word? Oh wait, there's other. Sorry, that sounded really bad. But yeah, was he robbed potentially?
No, because Aubrey did excellent with. For me, I know they say they already had their minds made up, but if I'm going based off as a viewer and how she did in Final Tribal Council, I say she won her votes over, right? I think she explained her game as best she could with what she was given, and it made sense for what it was. And I think it's just irony that Jonathan deserved to lose. So,
I think an interesting thing thinking about Aubrey, if we look at this game as just in its entirety, of course, Jonathan didn't do much pre-merge just because he didn't lose the early tribal challenges. What I think is interesting is the fact that is Aubrey the first winner since Erica where she likely would have went home if her tribe just lost a single immunity challenge early on.
That's true. Because she was the first one out on her tribe, baby. They was sending her home.
Night and one. I think she would have been home. I'm talking about not on the jury.
She
would have been at his house. Yeah.
And it's interesting to reflect on a game. I'm so curious on how this will age. Of course, 50 milestone season. And I think right now I feel good about an Aubrey win. But I'm trying to think of how much Aubrey getting to the end was her and how much was it more so by chance, her just not being the biggest threat. And of course, kudos to Aubrey for managing her threat level appropriately. I just look at the moves that if you gave me a piece of paper on Jonathan's resume and Aubrey's resume to the end, blind, I don't know these people. I don't know the context. I'd probably point at Jonathan's. Yeah, but
for sure,
that's where that nuance does matter.
But you know what? A phrase that really stuck out to me that really made me, I was like, oh, I forgot all about that, was Ozzy. I said, not Ozzy. I said, don't make sense like that, Ozzy. Because Ozzy was like, you know what? One thing, Jonathan, you and Joe, y'all kept saying, oh, we got to get out the middle. Aubrey's dangerous. We got to get out the middle. We got to get out the middle. We know Aubrey's in the middle. She's dangerous. She got to go. But here you are on either side of the middle.
Right.
Both of y'all on either side of the person that's in the middle.
Yeah.
Final tribal. And that's what they did. They were preaching that hard early merge. The middle people are dangerous. The middle people are dangerous. And y'all let her worm her way through.
Middle person. Well, she brought herself, but you get what I'm saying.
And so now I'm like, you know what? That's true. Y'all were folk, and y'all let her come to y'all. Let's do this vote. Let's come over here. Dude, this might be the better target. Y'all let her worm her way in here, play in the middle, and y'all forgot all about her. And y'all started focusing on other people. And then y'all look up, and she's right here in the final 3 in the middle of y'all. Mm-hmm. So sometimes you don't need the big, long resume. You know, sometimes.
I always say a win is a win. It don't matter how you get it. We can talk about it all day. We can say what, but at the end of the day, especially with a show like this, it doesn't come down to wins. It doesn't come down to just your social game. It all depends on the perfect storm, because you never know what cast you're dealing with. Because you could deal with the cast where, no, I think it's important that you win challenges, that you pull your weight. Or you could be put on a cast with people that be like, your social game has to be A1 before I even think about counting your wins. Or I need a mix of both. You really never know. And a lot of time it's just the perfect storm. And I think Aubrey got put in the perfect storm. Like Eli said, if she would have had, if they would have lost one tribal council, we'd be like Aubrey who right now. She would not exist. So
we know who Aubrey would. We know who Aubrey would be. I wouldn't go that far.
She would be at the house. She would be at the house.
Hey, she still got her own 3-season resume. But keep going.
She would have been at the house, I think.
But you're absolutely
right. Aubrey who's this. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think I lost my train of thought. But
my
anyway,
fault. That's on me.
Oh no, you fine. So I mean, it just comes down to the perfect storm, and I think Aubrey just got put in the perfect storm. Not to diminish her, move she made, but a win is a win. And sister girl, pay your taxes and cash that check.
And Eli's our percentage person, but I don't know how much this impacts the game, but we all know, like, we have to be honest, luck is such a huge factor in all of these games. I don't know which percentage luck has a play in it, but it does, because you luck out with not just Aubrey, speaking about Aubrey, but just in general. Like, you luck out with a tribe split when you were the one going home, but your tribe ended up splitting, and now you in a whole new tribe. It's a tribe swap. Now you in a whole new tribe, and you was going home that night. Or somebody gifted you an idol the night before magically, and you get to save yourself. Or you flip a coin and you save yourself and you go home, or you get bad luck like Stephanie. You weren't going to be the vote, but because the main target ended up being safe and you got outed as a liar, you decided not to actually spill on who actually did tell the lie, you got sent home. Or we go back to Sari, who's probably one of the most unlucky Survivor players in a Survivor history. You make it to the final 3. You made it to the final tribal council, only for them to be like, actually, it's the final 2. Or you're sitting in the final 6. You don't even get a vote cast against you, but because you don't have any advantages, sorry, you've been eliminated. So luck, either way, whether it takes you out of the game or gets you further down the line, has a place in how well you do and if you can win this game or not. And I don't think people take that in consideration enough. With
all I know, hey, we're in the finale. I got to bring up my girl. All I know is Genevieve was outplaying the winner this season. So in my mind, Genevieve, gosh dang, cooked this season. Genevieve knew Aubrey was a threat, had her ready to get taken out. Gosh dang, would have had an extra idol. Would have had 7 idols. Man, shout out
Genevieve was playing the game. Like, what? If Genevieve won this season,
please come back, Genevieve. I know, but please come back.
I think she deserves another chance.
She says she's not playing again.
She get one more if she do though. But listen to that check call. You never know.
Exactly. But speaking of somebody's last, Reed did announce that this was her last season. She's never playing Survivor again. Yep. She said she's given all that she has to give in these last 2 years. She's grateful for what it has given her. But it is, she said, I left it all out there on 50. There's nothing left for me to do. She has nothing left to prove. And, people call her the best to never win. She said, all I hear is the best.
Period. See her on Traders All-Stars. Thanks.
And so by a vote of 6-3, Aubrey wins, winning her $2 million check.
Congratulations.
I want to say it was 6. Wait.
And a call.
A 9-person jury?
Hold on. 6, 9. How many people was on the jury? That's only votes that we got counted on the thing, but I can't remember.
So it's probably 11 people in the jury, 8-3, if I had to guess.
Okay, 8-3 then.
That feels more right.
There we go. I knew I was missing a couple. So 8-3.
Aubrey
wins her $2 million. And she won a car. Come on, Aubrey. Won a little car. I forgot where the car came into play, but she won the car. But to wrap up Cerie's win, I forgot to mention she won an award, the Spirit of Survivor Award. She was presented with that at the beginning of the
They
show.
just giving shit out. I ain't even mad at it.
But not only did she win the Spirit of Survivor, which Jeff did say this is a one-time award because Cirie represents.
He loves Cirie down. I gotta give him that.
He does.
Show her love.
For inspiring the fire inside of other people, is what it said. She also wanted to see $100,000 check. So, boom,
man.
Right.
Last question: do y'all think Sia is giving out some more money? Because I think so.
You think so?
I think Devin.
Yes, Sia used to give out like, all right, here I'm giving this person 100,000, but then this person gets like 30, this person gets 10.
I think Devins and Rizzo. I think those would be the only two. I think Devins over Rizzo. But if she gave out 2 more, I feel like it'd be Devins or Rizzo. But who knows?
Or Christian.
Might be a pity Aussie one. Oh, Christian. Devins, Christian, pity Aussie.
Or pity Rizzo.
Maybe.
He should have made fire. He should have practiced fire if he wants gushing. He didn't want to practice fire for $2 million, so he doesn't deserve 10,000 or 500 from Sia.
Facts. So
who was that sitting next to Sia in that commercial?
Who else was that? I forgot. Was D in it? That wasn't D, was it?
I know when I glanced at TV, I saw Cirie, but I couldn't see who was on the.
I thought it was somebody, some extra.
Was it either Savannah or D?
I thought I heard it because I was in the other room when it came on, so I thought I heard D, but I wasn't sure. Okay.
Period.
I thought I heard. And Tiffany, another Elf commercial. Come on.
Oh, Tiff was in the commercial too?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, come on, Chad.
The Elf commercial. They showed it last week, and then they showed it this one.
Man, nice we're in that era of gushing reality TV commercials. I'm not sure who did it first. I just remember Rob from Traders last season having his own series of commercials. I'm sure they've been doing that for ages, but I feel like it's kind of the new thing. I get spooked every time I see a commercial with someone from reality TV competition shows.
Not spooked.
I do. I honestly do. I'm like, wait, no, you're only on Survivor. What you doing promoting this product?
Now, did y'all look at the new season?
I did see the intro.
It looks interesting.
It's called the Open Era, by the way.
What does that mean?
They think they're tennis or something like that. The U.S. Open, I don't know.
The Open Era, yeah.
Right. I do want to see some new games, though.
He said Open Era means anything you've ever seen up until this point is game. It can happen at any time, at any point.
I want to see nothing I've seen before. How about that?
Because all I heard with that was we're gonna be lazy and we're gonna just pull out of a hat from something that we've already had and we want to bring back.
Well,
I'm trying to see somebody's shoulder get dislocated. Like, let's get back to the nit and gritty.
We've seen that before. True. Give us gushing those challenges where you do something and you eliminate someone else specifically. I know it's easy to jump someone in those, but I do like the drama that those cause.
For sure.
I just had a thought. This is random. What if, can you imagine if they dropped these people on an island, right? And they're like, you're on Survivor 51. They spent one night on the island. And y'all know they saw that helicopter come in.
Mm-hmm.
What if they helicopter them onto the CBS line and be like, just playing Big Brother? Talk about like the best switch up. Or if they did it, like, even if they did it like flipped.
Yeah.
I would so watch that because they'd be like, what?
What you mean? We on an island?
Oh, that would be so good.
It reminds me of the Tyra Banks
switch
on America's Next Top Model when she was like, here's the envelopes. And she gave all the envelopes to the girls. And they was like, oh my gosh, we made it. And then they took the other girls, they moved to this other room. She said, get all y'all luggage, and they just all moping through the house. And she was like, congratulations, welcome to your new home. After that, they thought they was going.
Oh, that would be so cute. They're not that creative though. But man, I would love to watch that.
Yeah.
That's cinema. Get the CBS. Yeah, hey, we trademarked that though. We trademarked it. So give us $20 and y'all could do it.
For a small fee. Okay.
Oh man. But
yeah.
Go ahead.
They need to just hire us because we have all these wonderful plans, and then people start regurgitating them. And I'm like, we really said that here first. I feel like we
y'all don't want me on the committee planning these shows. Get these two and get Josh, or else I'm gonna cook some horrendous slop.
Put me on the committee. I'm ready.
We've been ready. Just like we've talked about it time and time again. We should have had crossover Survivor and Big Brother seasons. We should have had Survivor on Big Brother on Survivor, half and half on one show, and then bring them right back for the next. That same cast, bring them back to the other show so we can see the other half in their element. But do they listen to us?
Can versus this, like it's right there, and the perfect time to do it would be now since we didn't get a BB Can season. Oh, that would be so good.
Yeah.
So man, as we wrap up this season, I have two rankings that I'm curious y'all's opinion of. How do we do as fans cooking of this season on a scale of 1 to 10? This is our season. If we're reflecting, we did a great job. We did a 10 out of 10 out of 10 season. Did this feel like a 4 out of 10? We had some great episodes reflecting on this season, though.
I give it a 7. I'll give you a passing grade. I'll give you about a 74.
I was gonna give him a 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 for sure.
I think this was 8 out of 10. Maybe it's recency bias. Maybe I need a winner, or just the finale dropped it a little bit. But man, we have so many great episodes and moments.
I think I rated it a 6 because I hated how some of these introductions to some of these twists that were given handicapped some of the moves that could have been made, or handicapped players in their ability to actually play the game well. Like, I'm never going to stop talking about Billie Eilish's idols being so stupid, and Genevieve finding both of them and not being able to have one of them. So stupid. What a horrible game mechanic to introduce. How dare I do all this work to find something that could protect me? Not just find one, but find two, and don't have access to use it to save myself. Horribly done. I will never forget it. That was 3 out of the 4 extra points they needed to get to a 9 out of 10.
You could have put some stipulations on it, but you not being able to use it is crazy.
And I'm not gonna lie, yeah, the players on this season dragged this score up too. Where the way production did it, this easily could have been a 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10 disappointments. And the players, kind of with the moves they made, the changes, the fun episodes, the antics, they're the ones that brought it up.
1000%. They played the game, and that's what I loved. It was like seeing them maneuver with the twists and turns they were given. I enjoyed that. I just think it had too much going on. Carrie, it was so wonderful.
We're so close. We're so close to Big Brother season, Carrie. Potentially, hey, you might be listening to us a little bit before then if we do drop some preseason coverage. So, but yeah,
bells on.
New era is now done, and that's what's interesting to me. As we reflect, I can't fully remember the Survivor eras, the 10s, 20s, 30s, whatever's. How do we feel about now that the new era, the book is closed, opened with Erica, closed with Aubrey?
They both two sides of the same coin, under-edited, didn't understand how they really didn't see them win. I mean, we knew because of spoilers, but if it weren't for the spoilers, I honestly really wouldn't have seen Aubrey winning. Just like we never saw Erica winning. Like when Erica won, she beat Deshaun, which she never should have. I'll stand by that. It was so shocking. I was like, Erica won? What?
I don't know who that is. I'm still confused.
So, I mean, how 50 compares is definitely. Oh, it was so good for so long. It was so good for so long. It's not. It's definitely in the. This ending just dropped it, but I would give it top 4, 5.
Okay.
Of the new era.
New era did have some hits. It also has some misses, so I feel like that's a good initial ranking.
45, 46, 47,
48,
42.
Go Kyle and Joe.
41. Oh no, because 41 was so good. Shane then with 8 down, but the ending really wasn't what I needed it to. So but it was good. I'm gonna put 50 above that one though, just because I lost faves long before
Right.
So yeah, for me, I would say 45, 46, 47, 40, 50, then 42.
I respect it. I don't even remember season numbers, so you all are gonna have to wait for me to reflect and do some research on who won each season and remind myself of the numbers.
So yeah. See, unfortunately, I would put Kyle as the best new era winner, but because his season was so horrible, it didn't make the top 5. But he would definitely be number 1 on my winners list because of how excellent he did. But
D might be
to answer your question about who won each season that I just ranked, D was number 1 for season 45. Rachel was the winner for 47, which I ranked number 2. 46 was Kinsey. She won 46. 47 was Rachel. 50, obviously, Aubrey. And then 42 was Marianne. Yeah.
Oh, I did enjoy Marianne's.
That season was excellent. And the ending.
Yeah, she ate them. Still by far one of the best, like, answer question or whatever you want to call it, answering jury questions. She laid down on that.
Here's Marianne. I'll never forget that. When she was swinging that dang machete, she was getting ready to get sent home.
Talk about like a game change. That's probably the most dramatic change I've had personally as a fan watching the show is Marianne, because the way I was like off Marianne 1000%, I was like, oh no, baby, you gotta go. And then baby, I switched up so fast. I said, oh, Team Marianne.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that night when they both played their idols because one of them were going to get sent home and they refused to let another Black person get voted out to be on the jury. And they was like, we safe tonight. I don't know about you, but we're not going home tonight. And I think that was the episode that I stopped liking Jonathan. Well, I never really cared for Jonathan, but I really didn't like him at that moment. So he's never recovered from me for that, but that's neither here nor there. Unfortunately for him.
Yep.
But
now Big Brother starts July 9th. Get ready.
Yeah.
Cheers to the open era and good luck to those new players. We look forward to seeing what it's all about.
Jeff, Corona's down.
It's Julie Chen season, y'all. Julie Chen, Moonves. Oh, salute to the queen.
The Chinbot has entered the chat. But y'all, thank you so much for tuning in with us to cover this finale.
Oh, wait, hold on. I forgot. I won the draft.
Treese won the draft. She did.
When I tell you this is the best I've ever drafted in my life, because I had like the final like 4.
You literally had the final 4.
1, 2.
You did.
Yeah, because I only had Joe and Mike leave. I mean, not Joe. Look, I'm already counting him out.
Coaching.
Yep.
Like you literally had the final 4. Like what?
Yeah, I ain't down with this one. And man, I wanted to lose so bad. I wanted to lose so bad because before this week, Josh was still in it and he had Tiffany. So I was just like, come on, Josh, pull it out for us. But unfortunately, I won.
Good for you.
It's all right. I only cook Big Brother drafts. I only cook Big Brother drafts, so we're getting close to my draft season.
We shall see.
I can't remember my last win. I have not won a draft in probably since BB Can 9 or BB Can, the last BB Can season.
BB Can 12.
This old girl with the bob.
Mm-hmm.
Who was that? What's her name?
Bailey. We love Bailey.
That's the last one you won.
I knew that from the jump. That was my girl from the jump. So
what's the last one I won?
Was yours
Traders? This one.
CT winning Traders. Him and Trishelle winning Traders.
Yeah.
Well, everyone won that one Traders season where Josh and 7 people won.
She was the only one of us that did not win.
Oh,
I won.
No, you didn't.
All right, tell them what they're about.
So that was your second win, Treese?
Yeah, I think so.
Second win, okay.
I think Josh got like 8.
Josh has 6, I think. 5 or 6. And I have 4. Josh has 5. I think I have 4. Eli has
1,
2.
or 2.
2 or 3.
I'll do some research. Yeah, we're
gonna have to start writing this down.
For sure.
I need to settle.
I know my wins because I won. Had Jag, I won that stupid season of the Traders when the darn Faithfuls was dumb and won. I got Kenzie win in Survivor, and then last Survivor season with Savannah winning. So I have 4.
Oh yes,
I got Erica winning 41, so I know I have that.
That don't even count. You wouldn't even do anything. Erica, bless her heart.
I was a fan then. So that counted for me.
I think the funny part about Erica is like when we were drafting, none of us drafted her because it was Reese and Kiki and Mia there too. None of us drafted her and she won. It is what it is. But y'all, it has been a pleasure. Oh, Mickey.
Thanks for joining us, Mickey.
We appreciate it.
You
Mickey
come back
says,
around
"Thank you
for
for the podcast."
Oh, look, BB Can. Big Brother US. Big Brother Can is in my spirit.
For sure. It has been a pleasure and an honor, y'all. Thanks for sticking with us through this Survivor 50 season. It has been one heck of a ride, a very long ride, but one heck of one nonetheless. If you're not already doing it, go to YouTube and subscribe to A Who All Gonna Be There podcast. Like it, leave us a comment to let us know what you thought, and then share it with your friends and family. Please, please, please. Then go on over to Twitter and follow us at AWAGBT_podcast, and Instagram if you have that at A Who All There, and turn on the notifications so you never miss when we have an episode coming out.
That part.
Until Big Brother time, we out.
Love y'all.